I'm Timothy Malcolm, sitting in for Tracy Baxter, and this is Record Newswatch. We have new video Monday of the arrest of one of 3 men charged Saturday after a shootout led police on a high-speed chase from Newburgh to Dutchess County. Pictured is Jonathan Dawkins, a 24-year-old from Spring Valley, who is seen here being arrested by Town of Newburgh officer Evan Patterson. Dawkins, along with Kenneth Nash of Spring Valley and Hassan Nichols of Palisades Park, New Jersey, along with a 4th suspect, were spotted by police in a Toyota Corolla pinged by bullet holes. This came after police received word of a shootout around Leroy Place in Newburgh, and to be on the lookout for a car that could have been involved. After Town of Newburgh officer Tasso Carbelis attempted to pull the car over, the car sped up. Police chased the Corolla on the Newburgh Beacon Bridge and into Dutchess County at speeds reaching more than 80 miles per hour. The car was eventually stopped here at East Fishkill, and Dawkins was apprehended as seen in the video. Police later found the other 2 suspects. The 4th remains at large. If you have any information about the 4th suspect, or if you witness anything suspicious in the East Fishkill area, call State Police at 677-7300. 2 dogs have died, 5 are injured, and more than a dozen are without a home after an early morning fire Sunday at the Hudson Valley SPCA. The fire was spotted by a volunteer firefighter at approximately 5:30 a.m. Sunday at the New Windsor location. Starting most likely in a clothes dryer, the fire destroyed the back kennel but was extinguished before it could spread to other shelter areas. The 2 dogs killed were Harley and Johnny, who had been with the HVSPCA for a long time, according to the organization. 5 other dogs were being treated for smoke inhalation and burns. All are expected to survive. As for the dogs who have lost a home, the SPCA is asking for donations and is hoping the public might step up and offer shelter. The shelter is staffed from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily on Little Britain Road for those interested in stopping by. An accident in the early morning hours Monday made for a slight change in commuting plans for those taking Route 208 in Montgomery. A vehicle reportedly struck a utility pole at Route 208 and Bracken Road at about 4:30 a.m. The crash disabled power lines in the area and shut down 208 at Route 17K. The road was expected to be reopened by the evening commute. It's being called a, quote, devious plan by Monticello officials. Mayor Gordon Jenkins is trying to bring in a new village manager before the bell. But opponents, including current trustee Carmen Rue and incoming trustees Doug Solomon and Jill Wire, have filed a lawsuit to stop the assignment. It started March 18th, 4 days before the village elections, when Jenkins and his allies voted to hire Alan Thompson, former Spring Valley mayor, as village manager. But Rue and the new trustees said this plan violates village laws, which require a manager to be a Sullivan County resident. Arguments are being heard Monday in this case. We will have updates soon at recordonline.com. Also in Monticello over the weekend, a man allegedly pushed a police officer trying to escape a drug arrest. Ronald Stackhouse of Woodbourne was on parole Saturday when he was met by police, spotting him trying to swallow a substance that later tested positive for cocaine. He tried to leave and pushed a cop, then after a struggle was arrested. Stackhouse faces numerous charges, including assault and tampering with physical evidence. Meanwhile, the officer who was pushed was treated for injuries to his wrist and thumb. He was later released. While it's still illegal here in New York, legal marijuana usage could become a reality sooner than you think. On Sunday, the Times-Herald-Record dug deep into the impact marijuana legalization could have in New York, affecting everything from our taxes to the food we eat. According to many following the issue closely, legalization isn't as far off as you probably think.
It costs a lot to enforce anti-marijuana laws. There are a lot of other serious tasks before the national government and the Attorney General's office. And if the political benefit of changing course diminishes and the fiscal cost is sustained or increased, even a relatively conservative president might just kind of not advance federal practice in a supportive way, but maybe not reverse federal practice.
For more on the impact of marijuana legalization, plus maps, resources, a poll, and video, visit our special site, Smoke in the Distance. at recordonline.com/marijuana. Saturday, a number of officials, educators, and leaders in Newburgh came together for the first Hudson Valley Bullying Prevention Summit. Students spoke about their experiences being bullied, and leaders including Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney and Newburgh Councilwoman Gay Lee shared their thoughts about bullying, saying it's not just up to the victims to speak up.
As adults, what we can do is take notice. And as children, what I'm hoping you'll do is if you feel something, say something.
This summit included a performance by the Yanarella School of Dance in Beacon. For photos of the summit, visit recordonline.com. It was a busy weekend on the college hardwood, and for our local women, a disappointing one at that. The Army Black Knights women's basketball team had a lead early in its first round game against Maryland in the NCAA tournament, but a 20-0 run to close the first half washed that away, however, and the Knights lost 90-52 on Sunday. Also on Sunday, the Marist Red Foxes women's team tried to beat a higher seed for the second time in 3 years, but it wasn't to be. Marist lost 87-65 to Iowa in the first round of Women's March Madness. It wasn't all bad, however, as Minisink Valley grad Stephanie Dolson helped push her top-ranked Yukon Huskies past Prairie View A&M 87-44. Dolson had 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists for the Huskies, who are expected by most experts to take home their 9th national championship. Meanwhile, over on the men's side, Pine Bush grad and Sudie Sullivan standout Clee Anthony Early did everything he could to power his #1 seed Wichita State Shockers into the Sweet 16. But the University of Kentucky was just too good. In an incredible game, Kentucky beat Wichita State by 2, 78-76. Early, who had 31 points in the loss, now hopes for a chance to play in the NBA. His draft stock rose Sunday. It could very well happen. Meanwhile, Mike Tobey of Monroe poured in 11 points and took home 6 rebounds in Virginia's 78-60 victory over Memphis Sunday in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Top-ranked Virginia will meet Michigan State on Friday. With spring finally here, though the weather may say something about that. More on that in a moment. Folks are now starting to look at improving their homes once again. This weekend marked the annual Orange County Home Show at the SUNY Orange Physical Education Building. Vendors from across the region showed off furniture, new home technologies, and outdoor equipment like lawn mowers. It won't be long before those will be put to good use. But guess what? It may be one more round with the snow shovel, or at least a scraper. Tuesday will start cloudy but should bring about 1 to 2 inches of snow overnight. Yes, I said snow. Highs will be in the mid-30s. It will clear up Wednesday, but it will be windy. Still cold. Highs will stay in the mid-30s. Keep up with news, information, and everything you need every day at recordonline.com. Be sure to follow us at facebook.com/recordonline and twitter.com/recordonline for even more updates and information. And of course, pick up the Times Herald Record tomorrow morning. For Record Newswatch, I'm Timothy Malcolm.